Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We start this challenge off in the first quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You have possession on your own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Gronkowski, 41 yards. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the team.
The Coach here, and welcome to this Ultimate Challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we start this challenge off in the first quarter with 3 minutes remaining. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You have possession on your own 30-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T. Higgins, 70 yards. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard.
Hello there, it's the Coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
We start this challenge off in the first quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You have possession on your own 30-yard line as we get set here, 1st and 10. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges.
Hey folks, it's the Coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. We begin this challenge in the fourth quarter with less than 3 minutes remaining. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. But your opponent has driven down to your 25. 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes, right side. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Okay, Coach, here's the situation for this challenge. We're in the fourth quarter with over 2 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. But your opponent has possession at your 20-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the
Hey, everybody, welcome. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Here's the situation for this challenge. We're in the fourth quarter with over 2 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. Your opponent has possession in the red zone as we get set here, 1st and 10. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Murray a give. This is counter. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Prater's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Okay, Coach, we will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got possession at midfield, 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You've got the ball at the 50-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that'll be complete to Dillon. He's got room at the 30.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up the...
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the Coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Okay, Coach, we will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got possession at midfield as we get set here 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. There you have it. Another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
Hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're ahead by just a field goal, but your opponent has the ball at your 40-yard line. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Okay, Coach, we will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You have a 3-point lead, but your opponent has the ball at your 40-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And Darnold, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their pattern. These are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run once more with Dillon. And diving to try to get the first down. He's going to be a little bit shy of the marker. Congratulations on yet another victory. And you can go right to the next challenge.
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the Coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
We will start this challenge off in the second quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're ahead by just a field goal, but your opponent has the ball at your 40-yard line. As we get set here, 1st and 10. All right, not the result that you were hoping for. Don't swing. The Panther offense here. They're ready to go on 1st and 10. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Jansen. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
The coach here, and welcome to this Ultimate Challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. But you're down to your opponent's 10. First and goal. And the offense getting set as they've got it first and goal from the 10. Jackson on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rob Gronkowski from 10 yards out. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You have the ball at your opponent's 20-yard line. First and 10. Wide open, Gronkowski. Touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, a 20-yard touchdown. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been...
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You have possession at your opponent's 30, and it's first and 10. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles punching it in from a yard away. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another Ultimate Challenge on EA Sports. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. We're still without a score, tied at 0. But your opponent has the ball at your 40-yard line as we get set here first and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This will be taken in by Hightower.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 40, the 30. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
And he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep...
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
This challenge begins in the 2nd quarter with 3 minutes to go. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. Your opponent has the ball at your 30. 1st and 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Begins in the 2nd quarter with 3 minutes to go. We're still without a score, tied at 0. But your opponent has possession at your 20-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Nice job there getting the win.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Another nice job there defensively. They've had him bottled up throughout this game. They used their scouting really well, but they've executed even better throughout this game. Their job now, don't relax, and all of a sudden, give him a chance to break off a big one.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 57 yards on the ground for him so far. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Dillon. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to go. This one surprisingly still scoreless. The offense back out on the field here following the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd down, Dillon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. Congratulations on yet another victory. And you can go right to the next challenge if...
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Dillon up the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Dillon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go. This one surprisingly still scoreless. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now a handoff to Dillon. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. They run again with Dillon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Nick Folk for the point after. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 7-0. A little under 40 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Complete, Dillon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Rodgers. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage there, able to bat it down?
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On second down, another run for Dillon. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And off we go from Tampa. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out with a three tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to the defense. They slept on him in the pocket.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Dillon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A give for Dillon running right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. To the right side, this is Dillon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On the handoff, Dillon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They run with Dillon, and he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from a yard out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off the play fake, Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And touchdown. T. Higgins. 69 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean...
And now it's blocked. The Bucs pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, and that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's done. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. From the red zone now, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's done. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 6 from the 10. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. And Quan Bolden from 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes a field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. T. Higgins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
And he will get into the end zone, so the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's done. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It's caught. Left side, Bolden. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Play action now. Prescott. He's going deep for Brown.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's going deep for Brown. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's done. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Out there now to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
On play action, Prescott. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A.J. Brown, 82 yards. And the Buccaneers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Back to Dillon on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Dillon now off the option. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson, and they are able to add on to their advantage. advantage.
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Quez Watkins, 83 yards. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And mercifully, he'll go down. As that play was an utter mess. That might be kind. And the try for two unsuccessful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
They run once more with Dillon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jordan Hicks leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Bucs are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Jackson out to it, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Javon Curse in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he stopped immediately there. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll try and run it in with Burton. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Dillon now on 1st and 10. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now a carry for Dillon. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Jackson, forced out to his left. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game, because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. High throw, but he makes the catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Flacco looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Buying time to his left. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 4th down, here's Jackson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Soldier Field. Taken from about the 12. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards on the play, first down. Again, it's Dillon. They find some open field here. A solid stiff arm. 74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Second and goal from the 1. Dillon. Touchdown. But Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, what a move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The handoff, running left, Henry. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Henry up the middle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number 1, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number 2, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On the handoff, this is Dillon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The safety Ed Reed there to make the play.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give for Dillon running right. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
On second down, Dillon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for the touchdown. A.J. Dillon with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To pass, Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derek Stitt. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side with Dillon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Jackson on the move to his left. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck.
There he goes left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 11 yards out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You've got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Dillon, they try the left side with him. 72 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. T. Higgins, 28 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fournette once more on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Escaping the pressure right. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
From the 29, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamel Dean. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Running left is Dillon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, as the first half is winding down, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Good by Folk, and it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Dancing to his left. Going up top for Kupp. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 56 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Running right, here's Dillon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They run once more with Dillon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Being chased out left. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. To the right side, this is Dillon. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from the 20 as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Zach Cunningham with a pick. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Dillon. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson rolling to his left. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
On 4th down, Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a handoff to Dillon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll run here with Dillon. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. The big back Leonard Fournette able to push his way in from a yard out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's brought down. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Jackson now.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Again, it's Dillon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
But under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Murray's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Now Murray off play action. Steps away. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Buying time to his left.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
Jackson on first down. Open man, Gronkowski complete. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski, 29 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now on 2nd and 13. Murray under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
There's Chris Olave.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. Now Jackson on first down, steps away to his left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Dancing to his left, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yard.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Murray now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Murray now.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Being chased out left.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Jackson, first play, going to throw.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. Looking to throw. Jackson buying time to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make them...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A give for Dillon running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jackson steps away to his left. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown, Eagles. DeAndre Hopkins, 28 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing is Jackson. Out to his left. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski, 33 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And this is back to a 5-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his right. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, a 12-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
He finds his man, complete. It's done. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Hurts. Flushed out right. Looking for White on the deep ball. And connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for White on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts, flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A game there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Flushed out right.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Derek Stingley picks it.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the return, Hester. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Finding space at the 40.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Allstott.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The fullback dive held up short. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Running left is Dillon.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll steady bursts.
the pickup there. All right, so the challenge is laid out in front of you. Can you complete it? We're about to find out. Solo challenge, Madden Ultimate Team time. Let's go. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Dillon now on 1st and 10.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4. Jackson dancing to his left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way, and then try and match his athleticism.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now it's Jackson. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. Running right, here's Dillon. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They run again with Dillon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Dillon, touchdown. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity, and we finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
Oh, this is blocked, and now the Bills have it. And he gets it past the 30, but not much further than that. And the extra point attempt snuffed down.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
Henry again on second down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away now from moving out in front. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, DeMarcus Ware.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Escaping the pressure right. Bears it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket.
And Henry going to bowl his way in for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to have the short